Hello everyone, welcome to this QGIS tutorial where I'm going to show you how to create contour levels, edit the labels, and do a printable view, and finally export to CAD. So first we need a GEM image. To do that, go to this web page where you can extract that data, which contains elevation data. So draw a box where you want to extract the data from, and make sure you select all the elevation models included, and as well to make sure that the coordinate system matches the one in your QGIS. Finish this by adding all of your details and order the data, and that's it. Okay, so back in QGIS, we're going to bring a new layer, and we're going to bring an XYZ layer using OpenStreetMap. Click add, and that's a beginning. So now let's bring the downloaded GEM file. Just drop it here. Go to the layer and zoom to layer. There you go. So the next thing we're going to do is to raster this and make it into a contour. So follow this route, and here the most important setting is to set the intervals. 10 refers to meters, so we're going to leave it like that. Click run, and that's it. We have the contour levels. So now let's do a little bit of fine tuning for this to be easily seen. One thing you can do is go to the base layer and add some opacity to it. I like a 50%, so yeah, I think this is looking good. So now I'll go to the contour layers, symbology, and change the color. I'll put some black because it will be easier to read, and that's it. Our next step is going to be adding labels to those contour layers. So go to label, single labels, and in the value you can choose elevation. So hit apply, and if we zoom in, you can see that you have the elevation for your contour lines. So next thing we're going to do is go into the properties to fine tuning the labels, so you can draw a buffer around the text and also place the label. I think it's going to be too messy above the line, so I'll put it in the line or on the line. The buffer, I'm going to make it a little bit more width so that it can be easy to read. Yeah, like that. And click apply, and then that's okay. So another thing we are going to do is go to the open attribute table. You can see here the elevation data displayed, but we want to create a open field calculator. Open that to create a new field. Make sure that create a new field box is checked, and we're going to name this one as index. So in this one, we're going to assign a expression. We're going to start by saying if, which is a condition, that our elevation matches the 50, let's say 50 meaning 50 meters, which ends on a number 0, so every 100 meters or 50 meters, so that will equal to 1, or if not, that will equal to null. Okay, so we click OK, and there we got it. So it's working because 600 says 1, 550 says 1. So that way we divided all the contour levels into 50 and assigned that as a new property. So the next thing we're going to do is go again to the contour label layer and go to symbology, but this time we're going to categorize that item, and in the value section we're going to choose index, which is the new one that we created, and classify them. So also you have to pick the type of line that you want to use. I'll stay with the solid line, but you can pick whichever you want. But we'll add some color, some black color to any other lines, and also to the index lines we're going to give a black color, but we're going to add a different width for that to be easy to see. So there you go, you hit apply and you can see the difference. Click OK, and there you have it. That's the difference between contour levels every 50 meters. You can fine tune this as much as you want, but this is a pretty basic setup for that. So another thing we can do here is go to contours again, open attribute table, and let's create a new one called label. So in this expression we're going to indicate that every index multiplied by the elevation, so every time those two collide or matches, yeah, that's all right, there should be a number. Okay, so that is going to separate that into a new column, right? So we're going to minimize this, and let's go again back to this layer, and to the properties we're going to change the labels, and instead of choosing elevation we're going to choose label. So if you hit apply, you can see that now there's only highlighted the every 50 meters label. This is especially good when you have to use larger maps and you don't want to see many numbers in between. So that's a pretty good tool to solve that issue. You can also change the color of the main contour lines to any color you like, and that's it. Alright, so next thing we'll do is to create a printable view for this. You can go to create print layout and give it a name, and in this layout you want to do a viewport first, so click that and assign it to the layout. If you click outside the box you can edit the sheet. I will choose a A3 paper, and if you click the visualization you can change the scale. As you can see here, I'm going to set that to 20,000, and next thing we're going to do is add more info to it. So we'll add a text, no, let's do a legend first. Yes, and with the legend you're going to see all the layers that are in your drawing. You can fine tune this, and you can select to show only the layers that are involved in the current drawing. Just make sure we notice that the name of the layer is going to be the name that it's the actual name of the layer. So if you want to change that, you should go back to the drawing and change that. You can also add a graphic scale and add more segments to it to fit whatever needs you have. And you can also add a north, and here you can spend a fair amount of time designing your sheet. So once you're happy with that, next thing you want to do is add a title. So you bring a text, and we're going to name this contour map, and that's it. You can also fine tune this, go to font, change the size of it, the color, the type of size, that's it. So next thing is going to be exporting this, printing this into PDF. So you go to layout, export as PDF, save it, and copy these settings. It's not really important. And then when the software says it's ready, there you get it. That's your sheet. Cool, isn't it? Okay, so one last step before this tutorial ends. We want to export this into a CAD file, so go to the layer and export vector layer as. Give it a name, choose a destination, and click save, and finally OK. Add layers. The software will take some time to process that, and once done, you can open your new file in your preferred software that reads DXF files, and voila, there you have it. I hope this was helpful to you, and if you like it, please hit the like and subscribe button for more content. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.